A janitor was cleaning the hallway outside the school cafeteria when three friends walked past on their way to the camp bus. One boy looked at him and said loud enough, "Imagine spending your whole life cleaning up after other people." His two friends laughed. A girl walking by stopped. She looked at the janitor, then looked at the boy. She walked over to the janitor. "I'm sorry about that." The janitor looked up. "It's okay, sweetheart," she said. "It's not okay." He looked at her for a moment, then said softly, "You have a good heart. Don't let this world take that from you." She nodded and ran to catch the bus. At the camp that week, the boy was everywhere. Loud, funny. She had liked him since freshman year. On the last day at camp, he sat next to her and said, "You've been quiet this whole trip," she said. "I've been thinking," he said. "About what?" she said. "About what you said to the janitor before we left." He went quiet. She said, "That man has been at our school for years. He knows every student's name. He shows up before everyone and leaves after everyone. And you laughed at him." He looked away. She said, "That's not someone I can like." He looked at her. "What?" She got up and walked away. He sat there alone. He said nothing. Something about that moment never left him. When they got back to school, he walked up to the janitor in the hallway alone. The janitor kept mopping. The boy said, "Sir, I want to apologize for what I said before the trip." The janitor stopped, looked at him. The boy said, "It was wrong. You didn't deserve that." The janitor studied his face, then said, "What made you come back?" The boy said, "Someone told me something I needed to hear." The janitor nodded slowly. "That someone sounds like a good person," the boy said quietly. "She is." His two friends stood there watching. Neither of them said anything. 2 years later, the boy collapsed at school during gym class. Kidney failure. His single mother sat in the hospital crying. She was the first to get tested as a donor. She was not a match. The doctor said the waiting list was long. The girl heard what happened. She went home that evening and sat across from her father at the dinner table. She told him everything. The janitor. The apology. The boy collapsing. The waiting list. Her father listened without interrupting. When she finished, she said, "Dad, I want to get tested as a donor." Her father looked at her for a long time. "He's not even your boyfriend," she said. "I know," he said. "You barely know him," she said. "I know enough." Her father leaned back, looked at his daughter. He said, "You understand what this means?" She said. "Yes," he said. "And you still want to do this?" She said. "Dad, he came back and apologized to that janitor when nobody was watching. He didn't have to do that. That kind of person deserves a chance." Her father sat quietly for a long moment, then said, "Let's go get you tested." She was a match. His mother was called in. When she walked into the waiting room and saw the girl sitting with her father, she stopped. She said, "You're the one who wants to donate." The girl nodded. His mother looked at her father. He nodded once. His mother sat down and covered her face. The surgery happened. Both recovered. The first day the boy came back to school, he walked straight to the janitor's hallway. The janitor saw him coming, looked him up and down. "You look skinny." The boy laughed. First real laugh in months. The janitor said, "I heard what she did." The boy nodded slowly. The janitor said, "You know why she did it?" The boy shook his head. The janitor said, "Because you came back and apologized." That one moment told her everything about who you really are. What you start will always find its way back. Start something worth coming back to. Comment kindness if you agree.